Okay, so if we go ahead and 30 seconds of talking to your partner about what you know, as well as how do you think you should tackle the problem. Go.
The new truck bike is $1,680 and it's 20% off. And how much will you save if you buy the bike? How I would try to tackle that is I would try probably find maybe $1,680 and maybe divide it by 20. No. So when I divide,
So I'm hearing some really good conversation here. I've heard, well, we know quite a bit, and I'm going to we know that this is how much the bike is. We also know that we got 20% off. I heard some kids say, well, I think we have to divide because there's 20% off. I heard some kids say we need to multiply. So my question is, when we divide, what does dividing tell us? Like if you had two numbers, 8, and I divide by 2, I get an answer 4. What does that mean? Yeah. Okay. It means that this number goes into there 4 times. So what would I be dividing here? Like 20? So if it's 20% off, is that going to tell me, do I need to know how many times 20 goes into here to figure out 20% off? No. So dividing is not going to get us there. You say multiply. Why do you say multiply?
I'm just guessing. I don't know. If it's not division, I thought it had to be multiplication.
Okay, process of elimination. Okay, Eli?
Actually, multiplication. You could do 1,680 times 0.2.
So this is where our understanding of decimals really help. If I multiply by 0.2, am I going to get a big number or a small number? Small number. Why? Why am I going to get a small number? Yes. It's below 1. So that means I'm going to get a number way smaller than 1,680. What happens if it was 0.99? A lot smaller?
no.
Just barely, right? Because this is almost multiplying by 1. So the reason why I show you that is that when I ask you about what do you know, these are things you know. You know if I multiply by a decimal, I'm going to get a smaller number than what I had. So my question is 20% and 0.2 the same? What do we think, Addi?
Well, I mean, there's a whole number. That's a decimal.
Okay.
But the 2 stand with 10's off, so it doesn't make 20. It's under 1.
But under 1, that is really smart. So this is 0.2 but less than 1, right? And this is 20% with a 2 in the tens. Anyone want to add on to that? Connor?
Well, if it was 1, then that would be 100%. But since it's 20% of 100, which would be 1, then it would have to be a decimal.
So you understand that this 20% here is based off 100%. What's the 100% that they're talking about? Braden? They're saying it's 20% off, so what's the 100%?
Technically it's 100%
Eliza?
What is the whole, the 100% the whole 160?
Yes, the $1,680. Yes, that's the whole. That's the 100% rate. This is the 100%. So 20% of that is 0.2. Multiply. And what do you get for an answer, Justin? $336. So what does that mean now? What's that $336 mean?
It means what the cost of the bike is.
So that's how much I'm going to pay now? So I was going to pay $1,680, and now I'm only going to pay $336 with 20% off? Got some people saying no.
I know.
Does that make sense? What would be half off, roughly? If I said you get 50% off, how much would that be?
$1,300.
Okay, right around $800. Good. So if it's 20%, it's going to be even more than $800. Yeah.
Since it's 20, the 336 doesn't represent the price of the bike. It represents how much the 20% is worth. So the 20% is $336.
This here says what is, basically it's saying what is 20% of that. It's not saying how much I'm going to pay. Now it's saying how much am I going to save. So if that's what the price was, I know that the new price with 20% off is $336 less. Yeah, you agree with that, Otis? So how much will I save on the bike? $336. If there was a 7% tax on the cost of the new bike, how much will you pay in tax?
7%.
Now, talk to your partner. I want you to work through this together. I'm going to give you 1 minute. Go.
Since it's only 7%, it's not double digit. You're going to have to go past that.
So I just got an answer of 1,344 on the board. What does that 1,344 mean? Eliza?
The price of the discounted bike.
Okay, price of discounted bike. Now, if I'm going to pay 7% on that, which I am, right? Because in Slider we have a 7% tax. Straight up. What is 7% of? There's that key word of. And what does of mean? Multiplication. What is 7% of this? So then I would multiply by, and what do you get, Connor? So, $94.08. What does that $94.08 represent? Callie.
It represents the tax on the discounted bike.
Tax on the discounted bike. So the bike now is $1,344. That's what I'm paying for a sticker price. But I still have to pay almost $100 in tax.
Whoa.
Yeah. If you ever go to like any of the bike shops and you plan on buying a bike, plan on spending a couple $100 in tax. Especially if it's a new bike like the, full suspension Trek or something. And this is a good deal. So, would you want to pay the tax first or after the discount? Talk to your partner.
I pay it after.
First or after?
I used like.
Don't forget your decimal. So Eva, Do I want to pay before or after?
You want to pay after the discount.
Why?
Because the overall cost or price will be less, and therefore 7% of it will be less.
Because if this is 100% and I pay 7%, that's going to be more if this is 100%. Right? If this is 100%, that's already less than that. So 7% of this must be less than 7% of that. So I will always take the discount, then pay the tax. All right. Your unit review is due on Wednesday. Okay. Reflections tomorrow, and unit test Thursday. So your reflections, we're going to hopefully have about 5 minutes right towards the end of class to do some of that. I can compute unit rates associated with fractions. I'm going to be checking that understanding again today. You'll be working with it in your map, in your book. So today we're going to start here. Okay, it's 3.1, problem 64. This is a tough problem. I'm just going to tell you straight up. It is tough math. And it's tough conceptual. Because there's going to be some vocab in there you might need some help with. So what I want you to do is take a minute to read page 64. Maybe read some of the questions. And get an idea of what do I actually know about this? What is my background knowledge? Cam, 64. What do I know? This is real. This is pretty cool math. I like this because it's applicable to all of you guys. Save it. You'll be working on it. 1 minute. Hennessy's already working. She's already reading. Thank you, Jayla. Just think about what you know. Okay, and I want to pause you just for a second because I'm going to work through a problem similar to this. There's probably some things you might not know in here. So, you guys ever seen the world's finest chocolates? No? Oh, Ben was selling them earlier in the year.
I bought some from him.
Okay, yeah, so did I. And so I was kind of curious, so I had a conversation with him about it because I knew it was a fundraiser. And that's cool. I'm all about supporting. I love chocolate, especially good chocolate. And so I was like, yeah, I'll buy some of those off you and to be supporting his cause, which was for baseball. So chocolate bar sales. The student gets all of the markup. So a markup means how much more do I charge versus how much it cost me. So you can see here that the markup was 75 cents. So I'd write that 75 cents right here. And you can follow along with me. That's how much Ben is charging more. So every chocolate bar he sells, he gets a commission. And he gets 100% of it. He doesn't have to give any of it back to the company. The company actually says, hey, we'll buy, if you buy these chocolates, whatever you sell them for, you get to keep all of it. Which means he gets 100, and I want you to write this down, 100% of the markup. I know. Change it. I changed that. Thank you. So he gets 100% of the markup. Well, I know 100% of 75 cents is 75 cents. So he's going to get all of that 75 cents, and he's going to be able to give that to the baseball club. Now, this is interesting about the markup, though. The markup, he's basing his markup price, okay? It is 50% of the price it cost him. So it's 50% of the buying price. So he had to buy these chocolates. Ben had to buy them. And then he turns around and sells them. Well, we don't know how much he bought them for, but we do know he's selling them for 50% more than he bought them. So if this is 50% of how much he paid for them, 100% would be twice that, because 50 is half of 100. So this is twice, so it would be 75 times 2, which is 150. Move my decimal. So he bought the candy bars for $1.50. So he bought them for $1.50 because that's how much they asked for them. They said, America's Finest Chocolate, they make good chocolate. They're like, you can buy the candy bars for $1.50. Ben says, well, I'm going to make 75 cents for every single one of these. If I'm going to do this work, I'm going to make 75 cents. So how much is he charging? He paid $1.50. His markup was 75 cents. So he's going to turn around and sell it for $2.25 a candy bar. So now he makes a profit. And what's great about it, he gets 100% of the markup. That's not how it always works. So down here, the markup is 10% of the buying cost. Now, hold on. So the markup is 10% of what it actually cost them. Here the markup was 50%. So he charges 75 cents because it cost him $1.50. He makes 25% of the markup. So he doesn't get 100% like Ben. Ben got 100% of that 75 cents. Here, he's only going to get 25% of whatever the markup was. Because he doesn't own the cars, right? He just works for them. Han is his name, right?
Yeah.
What is it? Han?
Yeah, Han.
So, this is what I want you to do. I gave you a little bit of scaffolding. You've already done some pre-thinking. So you got a lot of background knowledge. You got some scaffolding going on here. You got your partner. Let's work through. And we'll come back to this. A1 and A2. Go for it.
Oh no.
You're on. Your day to shine, baby. Okay? A2, A1, and A2. Talk through it. If you need help, just ask for help.
Okay.
Remember, I want you guys to do some great thinking, and I love your conversations, especially when they're on topic. So, stay on topic, and you'll do great, okay?
All right. So. I'm listening. Okay. 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 Okay, I can't focus. So, okay. So,
Okay. Okay.
What?
Just your turn.
Okay. So, 25%.
You got to read the page now?
I'm reading it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. When you put
So
20,
we know
So,
that the
10%
markup,
is markup.
okay, is 10% of the cost of what you bought the cards for.
yeah.
Okay,
That's going to be a really small.
then why does it say 300?
Your markup is good, right?
300. Wait, so we
I
need
know
to find
that
if
this- So we know
300 is 10%. We need
300
to find.
is equal to what?
Okay, I'm figuring
How
it out.
how did you get $300 for a markup?
Okay.
Wait,
It was 10% of what?
whatever. Okay.
Of the total cost.
Okay. We need
What
to
is the
find
total cost?
80, 90%.
So 30.
What is the
So
10%
300 times.
That's 30.
That is definitely wrong.
Definitely correct.
That is not correct. Or multiply. You multiply, Justin. You multiply.
It's 330 because 30 times 10 is 300.
If I divide by 0.1 here, what do I do over here?
30 times 10 is 300.
Yeah, it is.
How about 30? Wait,
But really what you're doing,
isn't 3
Yeah.
times?
that division,
And so the markup is 30.
that's
Right, 30.
30. I know, Justin. I was just doing math.
Same thing.
And then
But typically we use these. Okay, look up. If you guys could look over here for a sec, I'm going to give you a little bit of scaffolding again. Good questions. So we know this. It tells us this in the book. It says the markup on that sedan is $300. How did he get that? Well, it was 10% of what it originally cost. That's 10% of this. So you need to know what 100% of this is. But the good news is, do you know what 10% is? So you can definitely figure out what 100% of that is. Okay, back with your group.
Yes. Okay, now I understand this.
Good job on the commissions, guys. Yeah, those are good.
okay.
Okay, so
Yes, calculate.
if 10%, stop laughing, you're making me laugh. If 10% is 300, I forgot.
So what is this?
Then 20% would be,
What does that mean?
What would it be?
you're the smart one over there.
600.
Yes. Okay,
And where does that go?
Okay, and you get 75.
Well, you need to go all the way up to 100%. So 20 is 600,
It
30
goes
is
in the guy's pocket. That's what he's going to make.
900, I think. Hold
So how
on.
much is the dealer going to get?
Oh, is it?
What? Okay.
3 is 1/10, right?
Mm-hmm.
How much did the dealer buy the car for?
Or 1/10.
It's 900.
Then 3
So,
times
he bought the car for
10.
3,000. What's the
What are you
markup?
doing?
300. Add a 0.
You could just,
3,000.
yeah.
Math. Okay. Where's that go? Oh,
At
that
the,
markup.
wait,
I was just
no.
missing some zeros.
Justin, no. Markup is 10%.
It's when they sell it, that's what they make the profit. So the
Yeah.
dealership has a $300 markup.
Right.
He's going to make 75 of that. So how much is the dealership?
Okay.
Next, 25% of the markup.
750.
Minus 75. So figure out how much they're selling that car for.
Buying. Wait,
That's
buying.
good too. Yes, that's how much.
Oh, I don't
Buying.
know. I solved the first two. How about you solve the next two?
Okay. Buying is.
So you're on the commission?
You
Well,
add.
you get $75 here. Yeah.
No, you definitely don't add them. What do we do up here?
No.
Wait, are you sure you don't add
I
them?
bought it for $3,000.
135.
Oh, we added those.
What?
But that might because that's
Look
different.
up here.
So it could be different.
He bought it for $150.
What?
But he's selling for $225.
You're making me look.
Not commission. Yes.
Now, just answer the question. It's not that hard.
Yes.
Do you add?
300.
No, you
That's
multiply.
10% of what the original cost. So how much? So the bill is 100%. So what would be 100% of that? 3,000.
Why are you raising your hand?
We need help.
No, we don't.
Yeah, that's that.
Okay, we got this.
No, we don't.
Yeah, that's not
Just
We're on the buying part.
No, you gotta fix that. That's not right.
3,000. We have that.
What's the markup then?
I.
That doesn't equal that. 900.
Nobody listening. Nobody listens to me.
Okay.
It's not 900.
I told you that.
9,500. Plus,
Chill, bro.
Too tired of raising limbs.
doesn't work out.
Oh, shit.
No, we raise your hand.
No. If you're done, go to B1 and B2.
Okay, selling.
Skip A3. I want
So
you
if
to
you
finish.
buy it, wait.
Okay.
If you buy it for 3,000, don't you sell it for 3,000?
You
Sure.
got these right. That's how much the commission is. So we know that this is 10%.
What?
Do you know
This
what you're
makes no
doing?
sense. If you buy it, oh my god.
Do you know what we're
So
doing?
what's 100%?
No, she's not gonna give you the answer.
What's the answer for selling?
Justin, they don't even know the answer. I'm stuck.
That's how much you bought the car for. But he's selling it for how much more?
Okay.
300.
We need tax.
They call it flipping, right?
I know it.
So you buy something,
I know it.
$10.
I know
Turn around,
it, Justin. I know it. Okay. So
Buying
you
car
get it for 3,000.
Maybe you do 3,000
He's gonna sell it for 300 more. No, he sells it for 300 more.
Okay, what's up?
Smart. No,
how
we
do
know
you-
the answer. No, Justin, we know the answer.
Okay, I see what you guys did. The commission, you wouldn't take that out yet. He would sell it for that and that together.
Yes.
So that was good thinking. You guys, that was great thinking.
So you would add that.
That's, yeah, because,
Take it out so they can have it.
yeah, no, they're asking the buying price plus the markup.
Listen to Tara.
Yeah.
We're just getting ourselves confused.
Okay, let's go back to the sheet here. So it looks like you got your commission. Right. You know, what does that markup mean?
That's how much more he sold it for.
Okay. So how much did he buy it for? That he's selling it. He's trying to make 10% on what he bought it.
Okay, so we would do.
So what's 100% of that?
Okay, so to get 100% of 10, you multiply it by 10. So you do 300 times 10.
You got it.
Okay, that's right.
Does that make sense? What he just did?
Yeah.
Okay. He talked to it perfect. He was like, I know that goes into 100% 10 times, so 10 times that is going to give me my price.
Okay, so we bought it for 3,000.
So that's how much he bought the car for. And they needed a markup of 300 more. So how much is he selling it for? He bought it for 3,000. He's doing a markup of 300.
Would it be like 2,700?
Wrong way. The markup gets added onto the total because he's trying to make a profit. It's like I buy this from you for $10. Okay, I turn around and sell it to Brain for 13. That's what car sales do. They buy it for one price, mark it up for a little bit more, right? Because they need to make some money. Bingo. Okay, so my markup. What do I know about the markup now? What do I know? This prior knowledge, background information. What do I know about markup? Yeah. It's 10% of the original, right? So if this is 10% of what it costs to buy, if I have this and we know it gives us a markup of 300, that is 10% of the 100%. So I know that this number has to go into the buying price 10 times. So 10 times that is 3,000. They gave you a pretty easy markup so you can figure that out. 3,000. So what am I selling this car for? 3,300. Now, here's the thing. If I'm the guy trying to sell the car, how much money do I make? $75, Tatiana. Nice. Because I'm going to make 25% of this. So I make $75. So if I own the car dealership, how much money do I actually make by selling that sedan?
You make $3,225.
$3,225. And out of that, $3,000 is how much I paid for it. So I actually walk away with $225. I didn't even sell the car. Braden did, because he's a great car salesman.
Nice job, Braden.
Nice job, Braden. You're a good car salesman. I can tell you, if most, not all, but a lot of car dealerships, a lot of car dealerships work this way, on commission. It's called commission. There are shoe stores that work on commission, where it's like if I sell a pair of shoes, depending on how expensive they are, I get a certain percent back. There's some of the high-end shops that you might go to if you went into like a Men's Warehouse or something and you're buying like coats and jackets and nice suits. Like a Giorgio Armani. You guys know Armani?
Oh, yeah.
Okay? They make glasses and they make really nice like men's suits. Well, if you went into Armani store, the suits are like $2,000. Trust me, I do not have an Armani suit. Not even close. But most of those guys work on commission. So they try to sell suits because that helps them make more money. Okay? So this commission thing's pretty real. I need you guys to put away your work for today. Put that in your learning. I've got two things. Okay, we're going to do a flippity. So here's the question. Your QR codes are in your math toolkit. You guys all know how to use these. I have been informed that you're very good at doing flippity.
What's a flippity?
Okay?
I'm sorry, we don't.
You might not have. Okay? Eliza can help you though.
No one knows what a flippity is.
Okay, but you've used them. Most of you guys use them. If the 5th grade uses them, okay, I'm going to start. Justin, there's little numbers on it, and this is a D. Okay? So if I liked answer D on this clicker, I'm going to put up in a second. I would hold it this way so the D is up. It's the right side up. If I liked A, I would turn it so the A is up. Okay? If I liked B, then I'd turn it this way. Everybody's clicker is a little different. I can't look at a clicker and tell what the answer is. That's the idea, is that you need to do your own thinking. I'm going to put the question up, and then you get to do the math. It's about 1 minute, and then I'm going to scan the room, and we'll get some results. Today, the clicker is all about computing unit rates. Can you compare and compute unit rates? And they're all going to be associated with fractions. Tomorrow, your unit reflection is due. It looks like you're going to have a little bit of time to work on it in class. And your unit review is due on Wednesday. We have a test on Thursday. So make sure you have those down. Tomorrow, your reflections are due. If you're here, your reflection is with you. I'm not accepting late ones. I'm getting really tired of the late work. Actually, I didn't accept any of the late ones before. I did look at them, and I graded them, but didn't change the grade in the grade book. Okay. Oh, what? I'll do it this way. Sixth hour. Whoops, I don't want to do that. I want this. Okay, there it is. Okay.